We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital, and, of course, the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show, welcoming all of you listening on our anchor local radio station here in town, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM, and, of course, all of the websites that we have, you know them. The Race Day Las Vegas, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. And, of course, the apps that you can get on your devices so you can hear us on your iPhone, Android, or Google phone, and see us as well with the YouTube app. And, of course, anywhere you get your podcasting. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever. Welcome to the Race Day Show. We come to you this morning looking at a lot of Breeders' Cup win you're in races today. We had a lot yesterday. We're going to have more today. There will be eight Breeders' Cup win and you're in races today, covering 3 racetracks: Belmont at Aqueduct, Keeneland Racecourse, and, of course, Santa Anita. Big day for the Breeders' Cup win and you're ins. And after today, there'll only be 2 left, and that'll be tomorrow. And then they'll wrap it up, and we'll get going because, as you can see, we've only got 26 days to go until the Breeders' Cup starts, and we start all the good stuff here, like starting right on October the 30th on Thursday with our special Race Day Las Vegas Breeders' Cup special with our handicappers, Jonathan Hardoon, John Lindo, all of our handicappers, plus more handicappers from the South Point here. Chris Andrews, of course, the sports book director here, Vinny Moliulo, our line maker, to take a look at all the great Breeders' Cup races coming in, and that'll be the Breeders' Cup special. It'll be here only on the YouTube streaming network on Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday, October 30th. Then, of course, the next day, Halloween Day, will be the first day of the two-day Breeders' Cup Championship, where the Stars of the Future will be on the stage with the 5 Breeders' Cup winning your in races. I should not win in your in Breeders' Cup, and you are the Breeders' Cup winner by then on that Friday. And then right after that racing portion is over, after that day of racing is over, we'll be in the Grandview Lounge. And the Grandview Lounge, of course, at 6 p.m. here live at the South Point. We'll feature our handicappers again, Jonathan Hardoon and John Lindo. We'll look at what happened on Friday in the Stars of the Future portion of the Breeders' Cup two-day event. And then we'll look at the big division races that'll happen on Saturday, and that is at 6 o'clock in the Grandview Lounge. It's a beautiful lounge. It's a lounge that, of course, has evening entertainment, but we're going to take it over that evening at 6 o'clock for the seminar. And then, of course, both days, on Friday and Saturday, the big ballroom will be open. Big banquet tables, big screen TVs, bank of betting windows, kiosks, food and beverage offerings at discount prices. And, of course, on Saturday, they'll also be giving a giveaway. They'll have some giveaways up there as well. And you can join us, me, Jonathan, and John here for those days and the big ballroom up there. And come on and say hi to us. We'd love to say hello to the people who watch us every day. So if you're not going to the Breeders' Cup and spending all that money to get there live, then come on over here, because everything I just said, except for your betting and buying the discount food and beverage, is free. Everything else I just said is free, including parking your car. Make sure you make plans ahead of time, though, and the big banquet tables have seating as much as 12. So bring your friends. Have a big party up here in the ballroom. We'll have some good times, and we're going to try to pick the winners for you as well, as Jonathan Hardoon did for us yesterday. He had 2 winners for us yesterday on the show. But today we're going to take a look at some of those Breeders' Cup winning your in races. We'll take some key Breeders' Cup winning your in races today as well on today's card, okay? We have Jonathan Hardoon back for more. We got let's hope he's got the mojo going. And, of course, Rich Ang will be with us. He's got college football play and horse racing plays. John Lindo, as well as Jerry Jackowitz, will be back with us as well. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday at opening day at Keeneland. In the first race, Luis Saez got his first win of the day, paying $3.84. And then the Asmusens got together, Keith Asmussen for Father Steve. In the second race, paying $12.18. Frankie DeToro, or I should say Frankie DeTore, Frankie win the third race for Brendan Walsh's first win of the day. Brendan Walsh was the training star of the day yesterday. He won his first race of the day in the third race, paying $4.98. It was a race for 2-year-old filly maidens on the turf. And then we moved to the fifth race, where Tyler Gaffleone got his first win on the day for Brad Cox, paying $7.56. Sixth race got Luis Saez his second win of the day for Rusty Arnold's, paying $5.44. John Lindo's horse, his pick in that race, finished a close second. And then the 3 big Breeders' Cup win in your in stakes races yesterday at Keeneland, the first of which was the Phoenix Stakes at 6 furlongs. Big favorite in the race was World Record on the morning line. But the actual favorite in the race at post time was Nakatomi, and Nakatomi was the right favorite because he won the race for Ired Ortiz Jr. and Wesley Ward, paying $5.20. Durante, a big 17-1 shot, finished second. And what you talking about, finished third. Skelly and World Record both off the board in the Phoenix Stakes yesterday at Keeneland. The eighth race was the Jessamine for 2-year-old fillies on the turf. The winner there was Imagination the Lady. Frankie DeToro's, Frankie DeTore. Come on, Ralph. Frankie DeTore got his second win of the day, and it was Brendan Walsh's second win of the day. So they teamed up to win the third and the Jessamine, the 8th race, paying $22.16, outrunning Infinity Sky and Time to Dream. That was also a race for 2-year-olds. So they won 2 races for 2-year-old fillies already. And then in the 9th race, the Alcibiades Stakes for 2-year-old fillies on the main track at 1.16 miles. The winner there was Tommy Joe. Tommy Joe was placed first through a disqualification that had a lot of people talking yesterday because Piercy's Bar went on the lead and never was passed in the race, went gate to wire in finishing the race. But she came out hard at the 16th pole and did impede Tommy Joe in the race. And so after the stewards reviewed the videotapes, they disqualified Piercy's Bar from first, placed second, and then they placed Tommy Joe first and got the win there for Todd Pletcher and John Velasquez as the big favorite, paying $2.88. Third in the race was Go To Girl. And in the 10th and final race, Brendan Walsh gets his 3rd win of the day, his 3rd win with a 2-year-old as well. In the 10th race, the 2-year-old filly maiden Rating Party, making her debut, wins the 1.16 turf race. Tyler Gaffleone's 2nd win of the day, paying $28.84. You put it all together, the pick 6 paid $5,500 and change. And I know we're going to have a discussion about that disqualification in the Alcibiades with our man Jonathan Hardoon moments away. At Belmont at Aqueduct yesterday, Jose Lizcano and Linda Rice got together to win the first race at $8.10. Junior Alvarado and Bill Mott got together to win the second race at $7.92. So those teams continue to win at a good rate. In the 4th race, Ricardo Santana got his first win for Mike Maker, paying $3.94. Neil Drysdale, now training horses in New York. He was there in the winner's circle for the 5th race winner, Toes, Dylan Davis aboard, paying $23.12. That was unusual, seeing Neil Drysdale in New York and a winner there in a maiden race on the turf course. Toes, $23.12. First pick 5 of the day at Belmont at Aqueduct paid $4,200 and change, almost $4,300 there. The Breeders' Cup winning Narin Futurity for 2-year-olds on the outer turf course was won by Intricate Spirit. That was Jonathan Hardoon's pick for us on the show. Intricate Spirit got a great ride by Joel Rosario for Miguel Clement, paying $7.82, outrunning Longhorn Man and Atfield, who finished 3rd. The 7th race, Chad Brown got his first win of the day. Ricardo Santana's 2nd win of the day with a winner that paid $10.38. The 8th race was the Pilgrim for 2-year-olds on the inner turf at 1.18 miles. That was a Breeders' Cup winning Narin as well. The winner there was Bodas. Bodas was the big favorite. Manny Franco for Miguel Clement, paying $4.48. So Miguel Clement won both of the Breeders' Cup winning Narin races yesterday with the 2-year-olds there. Finishing 2nd in that race was Here's Johnny, and Let's Be Frank finished 3rd. And in the final race of the day, Manny Franco capped off the late double, going back-to-back. He won his 2nd race in the 9th and final, paying $8.08 for Chad Brown, who got his 2nd win of the day. Put that all together, and your pick 6 at Belmont at Aqueduct paid over $3,350. Finally, at Santa Anita yesterday, Mondo Ayuso got his first win of the day in the 2nd race for Steve Knapp at 27-20. Came back in the 6th race for Bob Hess Jr., going an easy wire-to-wire winner with Toppers at Sea, paying $17 even. The 3rd race, Juan Hernandez, I should say, gets his first win of the day for Vladimir Seren. It pays $6.20. Hernandez came right back in the 4th race for his 2nd win of the day, and John Sadler's first win of the day, paying $2.80 as the big favorite in that one. And then in the 8th race, Kazuchi Kimura wins with Coach Cronin, Mark Glatt trainee. Another pick and a winner for Jonathan Hardoon. Coach Cronin, who was 9-2 on the morning line, paid $5 even to win. He was bet down in that race. Jonathan gave us another winner there at Santa Anita. Finally, in the 9th and final race, John Sadler got his 2nd win of the day with Hector Barrios on the turf, paying $10.40. The pick 6 there. Santa Anita paid $3,865 and change there. That's what happened yesterday as far as the Breeders' Cup winning Narins. All in all, it was a big day for Brendan Walsh and a big day for Miguel Clement, winning with a lot of 2-year-olds yesterday. And today there's going to be a lot of the Breeders' Cup winning the run races again for the 2-year-olds. But we got a lot to cover. Jonathan Ardoon is with us again. We're going to try to keep that mojo going with his picks. Of course, Rich Eng has plenty of picks for us. John Lindo and Jerry J. And, of course, your racing menu comes up next. So without any further ado, we're going to our first break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Saturday, and taking a look at the weather around the country. It looks like it's going to be good weather as far as any precipitation around the country whatsoever. No really bad rainstorms to talk about anywhere in the racing centers, that's for sure. As far as the temperatures are concerned, here in Las Vegas it's getting a little bit crisp in the morning. It's really nice. It was 64 degrees right now out here in Las Vegas. We're going to get up to 82 degrees. So we got 64 right now, going to get up to 82. Beautiful weather here. Fast, firm, and perfect, always in the book, though. As far as the other weather, Miami, 85 degrees, overcast with some sunshine. New York, sunshine away at 83 degrees. Chicago, 89 degrees and sunny. Southern California, 79 degrees with that marine layer in the morning there. And, of course, here in Las Vegas, of course, again, we're going to be up to 84, I believe it said. Yes, no, 82. I'm sorry, 82. 64 now, 82 later. Phoenix, Arizona, still not the highest in the nation today. They're at 88 degrees. The highest temperature in the nation today comes in El Paso and San Antonio, both, and Brownsville, all down there in Texas at 91 degrees. All right, enough said. Now let's get started with the racing menu for today, reminding you first post times are Pacific. If you're not in it, adjust to it so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad, okay? We begin your racing menu with a lot of quarter horse racing. How about 11 quarter horse trials for 2-year-olds at Horseshoe, Indianapolis? First post time there is 7:45. So they got about 22 minutes to get started there at Horseshoe, Indianapolis. Next comes Laurel Racecourse. Laurel Racecourse has a Pick 6 jackpot carryover, standing at $6,488. 10 races today at Laurel and a first post time of 9:10. Belmont at Aqueduct, which will have 2 Breeders' Cup winning your in races today, has a first post time of 9:10. 5 stakes races overall, but 2 of them are Breeders' Cup winning your ins. They are the Champagne for 2-year-olds at a mile, a 1-turn mile. That'll be the 7th race on the card. A favorite in that race at even money, It's Our Time. Remember that big winner for Tom Amoss? It's Our Time is in the Champagne. Big favorite at even money with Luis Saez. And then in the 8th race, the Miss Grillo for 2-year-old fillies at a mile and 16th on the inner turf course, an overflow field of 14 before scratches. And the 5-2 favorite there is Deep Learning with Ricardo Santana aboard. And all I can say is the other 3 stakes races include the Discovery Stakes in the 2nd race, where rated by merit is 2-5 on the morning line. The Jockey Club Derby Invitational is the 4th race. 7-5 favorite there is Hill Road with Egan aboard. And then the Frazette for 2-year-old fillies at a mile, 1-turn mile on the main track. The favorite in that race of the 11 at this point is the 3-1 favorite there, Iron Orchid with Joel Rosario aboard. 12 races today at Belmont and a first post time of 9:10. Then we go to Belterra Park. Belterra Park has 8 races. Belterra's first post time is set at 9:35. 9:35 at Belterra. Delaware Park has 8 races. Their first post time is 9:45. Gulfstream Park has 11 races. Gulfstream Park 11 race card starts at 9:50. 9:50 at Gulfstream today. Next comes Keeneland Racecourse. 11 races today at Keeneland, 5 stakes races, and you have 3 Breeders' Cup winning wins there. They begin. The Woodford will be the 6th race on the card. In that race, you were expecting to get world record to scratch because that horse ran yesterday and didn't hit the board. The Woodford at 5.5 furlongs on the turf is the 6th race on the card. The morning line favorite there at 4-1 is Kadim with Frankie Dettori aboard. Then the 7th race is one of the Breeders' Cup winning wins, the Thoroughbred Club of America race at 6 furlongs for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, a field of 7. Bahava is the 7-5 favorite in there with Iret Ortiz Jr. First Lady is the 8th race on the card. It's a grade 1, but not a Breeders' Cup winning in. An overflow field at a mile on the turf there. The 9th race is the Breeders' Futurity for 2-year-olds at a mile and 16th. That is a Breeders' Cup winning in. We're expecting to see Ewing scratched in the race. Trainer Mark Casse says horse didn't train right. He's putting him on the shelf. He's going to start looking forward to his 3-year-old season. Ewing is out of that race, leaving 6 to go. 4-5 favorite there is Ted Nafi. Remember, that was a big winner at Saratoga as well. Ted Nafi, 4-5 with John Velasquez. 10th race is the $1,250,000 Grade 1 Turf Mile. At a mile on the turf. 12 go to the post in this one. It is a Breeders' Cup win and you're in. It is a wide-open affair, so much so that the morning line favorite, Diego Velasquez, is 7-2 with Frankie Dettori aboard there. 11 races today at Keeneland and a first post time of 10:10. 10:10 at Keeneland today with their first post time in Kentucky. Woodbine has 11 races, 3 nice stakes races there. The Nearctic goes as the 5th race. The Dance Smartly will be the 8th race, and the Canadian International will be the 9th race on the card. 11 races today at Woodbine, and a first post time at Woodbine set at 10:05. 10:05 at Woodbine. Santa Anita has 10 races. 5 races are stakes races. 3 of them are Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-ins. The second race is the Chillingsworth. That'll be at 6.5 furlongs. The third race will be the American Pharoah for 2-year-olds at a mile and 16th. It's a Breeders' Cup winning or in. 6 are in the field. Most of them are Bob Baffert trainees. Morning line favorite Desert Gate is a Baffert trainee at 3-2. Second choice Christofferson at 9-5 is also a Baffert trainee. The American Pharoah third race. And then we go to the 8th race, the Rodeo Drive at a mile and a quarter on the turf for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. It's a Breeders' Cup winning your end. There are 8 in that before scratches. 5-2 favorite there is Amber Cascade with Juan Hernandez aboard there. And then the 9th race is the Oak Leaf for 2-year-old fillies going a mile and 16th on the main track. It is a Breeders' Cup winning your end. 6 go to the post in that one. Baffert's got that surrounded. Explora is the 4-5 favorite there with Juan Hernandez, Baffert trainee, obviously. And the 10th race will be the Speakeasy at 5 furlongs on the turf, full field in that one. First post time at Santa Anita today is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. They have a pick 6 carryover at Santa Anita. Didn't hit it yesterday. Pick 6, $10,757. First post time is 1 o'clock at Santa Anita today. Monmouth Park. Monmouth at the Meadowlands, I should say. 6 turf races. First post time is 4 p.m. there. They have a pick 6 jackpot carryover, $3,827. Charlestown has a pick 6 jackpot carryover of $6,851. They have 8 races. First post time 4 p.m. Remington has 9 races. Their first post time is also at 4 p.m. And we wrap it up in Los Alamitos in Southern California. More quarter horse racing there. We start with quarter horse trials early at the Horseshoe Indianapolis. We end up the night with quarter horse trials at Los Alamitos. 14 quarter horse trials for 2-year-olds at 400 yards. First post time Los Al tonight for the quarter horses is set at 6:05. All right. Enough said about the racing menu. Let's get started with looking at some of these races with Jonathan Ardoon. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
Tired. I need to get a drink of water or something, man. That was a long menu. In any case, we have a lot of Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in races today. I guess we can start at Belmont at Aqueduct. And in the race, we'll go to the 7th race on the card. It's the Champagne for 2-year-olds. This is a 1-turn, 1-mile event, and there are 9 in the race. It's Our Time. That big winner for Tom Amoss is the even money favorite there with Luis Saez. We saw the big favorite from Saratoga yesterday at Keeneland go down, so we shouldn't make too much of it, even if it was a huge race out of one race on these 2-year-olds because it's so early in their season, right?
Yeah, not only that, yesterday's race was around 2 turns. So today's race at New York, the Champagne, is a 1-turn mile. It's totally different. You know, you could get to a mile probably before you want to get to a mile and a 16th or a mile and an eighth. But, you know, that's what happened yesterday. And by the way, Ralph, as just a quick note, that was an absolute horrible takedown. That the horse was never going to beat the one horse. That horse, I mean, you know, yes, there was a foul, but the foul did not cost that horse a position. That horse was never winning the race. And, you know, it looked a lot worse on TV. It looked like a body slam. But if you watch that horse, he was green as a cucumber. He was going up and down. He was never going by. Horrible call, in my opinion.
Yes, because there are two frames of mind anymore for the stewards, and we don't know. You know, there are different jurisdictions. For example, in Southern California, the rule says if it costs a horse a position, then it gets disqualified.
Correct.
And in other places, an infraction is an infraction no matter what. And that second one is the one I guess they employed at Keeneland.
Yeah, but more and more jurisdictions are starting to adopt the theory if it doesn't cost you a position, which makes sense.
I agree.
You know,
I think what they ought to do is if it doesn't cost a position, don't change the result
for the jockey. Don't
exactly
penalize the public
exactly
and the gamblers. That just doesn't seem right.
Exactly. What you do is you don't penalize the public, let them bet, and then give the jockey days. That's all.
That's it. We agree.
All right. So we settled that. No question about that. Okay, so the Champagne is a 1-turn, 1 mile, a little bit different than going 2 turns, et cetera, because you're right. That filly wasn't going to go by her if they went around again. In this race, though, we've got It's Our Time, which was a huge winner for Tom Amoss, I believe, at Saratoga.
Won by 17 lengths first out and earned a really good figure on the speed figures. The Ragusan sheets, he actually ran an 8. You know, you have maidens in this race, so I guess there aren't that many people afraid of this horse, but they should be, because if he runs anywhere near that race, he'll be long gone. There's an interesting maiden in the race, the 2-horse Straddle. Went off 90 cents to $1 first time out, got bet down to $1.30 in his second start, and he actually had big trouble first time out. I think he's going to get better with distance. He's a price horse if you're looking for an exacta hookup, number 2 Straddle.
All right.
But I think It's Our Time is the horse, obviously, to beat.
And the 6, It's Our Time is number 6, so you like the 6-2 exacta, trying to make chicken soup out of chicken feathers there. It's Our Time, big favorite than Champagne. We'll move now to Keeneland Racecourse. Keeneland Racecourse has 3, I believe, Breeders' Cup winning you're-in races. And we'll go to the Breeders' Futurity there, and that's for 2-year-olds. That's the 9th race on the card at 1 mile and 16th. In this race, it was said overnight that the 7-horse Ewing will be scratched in the race. Trainer Mark Cassidy said he didn't like the way the horse was training. He's going to put him on the shelf and start him on his quest for his 3-year-old season, so he's out. But you got 6 in the race, and you got another one of these big winners that won big, and that was Ted Nafi. Now, Ted Nafi won 2 big stakes races at Saratoga. It's just not one. John Velasquez aboard there.
Yeah, but so did yesterday's horse win 2 races at Saratoga and stretched out to 2 turns for the first time. Listen, this horse is supposed to win, but we saw yesterday that when you're dealing with lightly raced young horses, horses have a license to make a big step forward in their second and third start. Obviously, if things go the way they are, Ted Nafi is going to be very tough to beat. By the way, Ralph, good luck watching the races at Keeneland today, because all these stake races, they don't use colored saddle cloths. They're insane. You can't watch a race. It's just impossible. I mean, you know, you get used to watching saddlecloth colors, and when everyone's got the black saddlecloth, well, you know, kind of throws things off.
Yeah, well, we're only the betting public.
Well, right, exactly. That's a great point.
All right, so Ted Nafi, we're going to give him the go-ahead. It's 2 turns.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't know who to try to beat him with. But listen, the only way he's going to get beat if he beats himself, like yesterday's horse.
All right. Well, there's a couple of horses in there that might be good for exacta bottoms, and that includes Big Dome with Irad Ortiz Jr. and Litmus Test with Flavian Pratt. Litmus Test, is that not the Baffert horse?
That is the Baffert horse.
Yeah, that's the Baffert horse, yeah.
They're all stretching out. Listen, the one horse, I should say, Blackout Time, at least won a mile at Ellis Park. He's 10-1.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a little interesting to use underneath in exactas.
All right. So we're going to just say Ted Nafi is the favorite that is going to win and produce another win. Hopefully. Anyhow, the Turf Mile is also a Breeders' Cup winning and big purse too, $1,250,000. So that's worth going for right there. The big question is Diego Velasquez. That's the 7-2 morning line favorite with Frankie Dettori aboard. And this horse has some credentials.
Well, it's Aidan O'Brien, who's always dangerous, not so much the last couple of years as he was in the past, but this is a wide open betting event. I actually like a price horse in here, Ralph. I like the number 10 horse, Brilliant Birdie. This 4-year-old colt comes from the Sherry DeVoe barn.
Yeah.
Rider switched today to Jose Ortiz, 8-1 on the morning line. Whoever you're playing in this race, I would demand some value because off of the numbers, they're all basically within a couple of points of each other. Again, I went to number 10. Brilliant Birdie.
And so we will say one thing that'll probably be the factor that produces a winner out of this very balanced race, and that is the trip.
Yes. And it's a full field also, so, not so easy.
The trip. That's right. All right, we get to Santa Anita. Santa Anita's got 3 Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in races. We'll take a look at 2 of them. Again, for the 2-year-olds, a big weekend, at least today, for the 2-year-olds going on to the Breeders' Cup, and that is the American Pharoah, 3rd race on the card. 6 in the field, and Baffert's got everything surrounded. 3-2, Desert Gate, 9-5, Christofferson. They're both trained by Baffert.
Yeah, 4 out of the 6 horses are trained by Baffert. Once again, Jeff Mullins and Doug O'Neill filled out the rest of the field. That was nice of them to enter a horse. Desert Gate has done nothing wrong. He's stretching out again. You got horses here stretching out 2 turns for the first time. But I think he has the big advantage breaking from the inside with Juan Hernandez.
All right, then we go to the Oakley for the 2-year-old fillies at 1 mile and 16th. Of course, this will be for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies, and again, 6 in the race, and again, but Baffert's got it surrounded. He's got the 4-5 favorite Explora with Juan Hernandez aboard, the second choice at 3-1. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and this is another one stretching out to 2 turns, but she's run very fast in her first 2 races. It was nice of Baffert. He only entered 2 of the 6 in this race. So gave the rest of them a chance. But the race certainly goes through Explorer.
All right. Now we took a look at a lot of the Breeders' Cup winning or in races, and most of the 2-year-old races comes down to Baffert loading the box with the very talented 2-year-olds. And the 2-year-olds in both New York and in Kentucky have the favorites that had big wins in their last races. So those are the most the races that are going to be most interesting, that's for sure, and probably produce the lowest prices. But there's going to be some prices out there. And now that we've gone over those particular races, time to get some more winners out of you. Well, let's keep the mojo going and get some official picks on the show.
Okay, so we're going to go to Belmont at Aqueduct and look at race number 12. By the way, a beautiful day in New York today. It's a little nippy, but it's nice. It's going up to the 80s. 12th and final race, 1 mile and 16th on the outer turf course. I like the number 10 horse in here, Wrigleyville. 4-year-old filly from the Tom Proctor barn, Kendra Carmouche aboard to ride. She's listed at 7-2 on the morning line. She's improving with each and every start. Number 10, Wrigleyville, is a pick 5, pick 6 single in today's 12th and final.
Well, then I guess if it's the pick 5 and pick 6 single, it's probably the pick 3 and late double single, too.
You want to be in every pool? If you're alive in pick 5s and pick 6s, is there a need to bet doubles?
I'll tell you what, just jump into the deep end and forget it, man. Just start paddling. In any case, the 12th and final race today at Belmont at Aqueduct, you like the 10 Wrigleyville, the 10 in the 12th race. Don't forget, folks, Jonathan does a lot of good hard work here, and his sheets are available for Belmont at Aqueduct, for Keeneland, and, of course, for Santa Anita. And you can get them right now. Where, Jonathan?
JONHARDOON.com. Would you like a play at Santa Anita, Ralph?
Oh, I certainly will. Pardon me. I got so many sheets going on here. Yes, my bad.
Okay,
Go to Santa Anita.
No. Let's look at the sixth race today. The number 6 horse in here conducted, a 2-year-old colt from the O.J. Harrigy barn, ran on the grass last time for the first time, and he ran a big race. I like the rider switch today to Hector Barrios, 9-2 on the morning line. Graduation day for number 6, conducted in today's sixth race out at Santa Anita.
The 6 in the sixth race at Santa Anita. On the turf, Hector Barrios. Boy, that guy owns that turf course, doesn't he?
They should name it the Hector Barrios Turf Course.
Yes.
He does.
And so that's a good advantage for you there, too. 9-2 on the morning line. We'll wait and see what that happens. But in the sixth race, you like the 6 conducted. Pardon me, but you've given me so many horses today, I've lost track of your official horses. Do you have any more officials?
That's it, Ralph.
That's
We're
it.
Done.
Okay. And so, again, we want to remind you that he's got full sheets for Santa Anita, Belmont at Aqueduct, and at Keeneland at his website. And Jonathan, if you have anything else to say, I'm going to give you the stage and do it. Otherwise, thanks.
See you tomorrow, Ralph. Stay safe and be well. Thank you, my friend.
Okay, thanks a lot, my man. We're continuing in the fast lane on the Race Day Show. Rich Eng is up next, and he's got picks galore, too, so don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is high stakes and wild cards. This is family and tradition. This is everything on the line. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your tickets now. LVMS.com.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas, continuing with our coverage and our handicappers. Let's go out to Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Now, Richie, I know you got a couple of picks. You got one at Keeneland and one at Santa Anita for today. But I know that you have college football as well. So why don't we just get to the college football picks first and then the races?
Yeah, Ralph, I like two games equally. So instead of flipping a coin and giving one, I'm going to give out two college plays today.
All right.
First game is 331, 332. It's Washington flying cross country to play Maryland at College Park, Maryland. Maryland is a 6.5-point underdog. Maryland is 4-0, Ralph. They're off to a surprise start because the preseason prognosticators didn't really think this team was going to go anywhere. But they've got a freshman quarterback named Malik Washington, who, Ralph, he's 18 years old. He's 6'5", 230 pounds.
Wow.
And he's completing 70% of his passes. He is playing lights out. Washington had a really, really hard game last week against number 1 ranked Ohio State. They gave them a good tussle. They lost 24-6, and now they're flying cross country to play Maryland. I think it's a tough scheduling spot for Washington. Let's take Maryland plus the 6.5.
And with a surprisingly talented quarterback for Maryland, you like Maryland plus 6, you say?
Plus 6.5 over Washington.
6.5. 6.5 now. Okay. Maryland plus 6.5 at home against Washington.
The second game will be 367, 368. It's a Penn State who we played against last week because we had Oregon playing at UCLA. Penn State's favored by 24.5. And this is one of those games, Ralph, where James Franklin, a coach at Penn State, he may lose most of the time in the head-up battles against top 10 teams. I think his record is now 4-21 straight up against teams in the top 10. But when he plays cupcakes in UCLA, this is the worst UCLA team maybe ever in in the program history. I think he's just going to lay the lumber on them to try to get style points. Penn State minus 24.5.
So you think Penn State is just going to keep piling on UCLA, and you're going to lay 24.5 points Penn State against UCLA. Now, I know that, the NFL is doing a lot of these games in Europe, et cetera, overseas, and some of them start early in the morning before we go on and or off the air. You have one of those games that you wanted to give out, and we'll have to do it today. Now, we're going to get another NFL game from me for tomorrow, but you got one of the early games.
Yeah, the second game for the Vikings in Dublin, Ireland, they're playing the Cleveland Browns, and the Vikings are favored by 3.5, and a lot of the experts, quite frankly, they love the Vikings in this spot, but I'm going to be a contrarian, Ralph. I like Cleveland plus the 3.5. A couple of reasons. One is the fact that the Vikings lost to Pittsburgh last week, and Carson Wentz was just absolutely under the gun with the Pittsburgh Steeler pass rush and defense. Well, the Browns have the number one ranked defense in the NFL. I think they're going to give Carson Wentz even more trouble trying to pass the football. And for the Cleveland Browns, they are finally switching quarterbacks. They're going to Dylan Gabriel, the rookie from Oregon, benching Joe Flacco. And I think they could have a positive reaction similar to when the New York Giants went to Jackson Dart. I mean, the whole team was energized, and he was able to move the football with that offense. I think Dylan Gabriel has a chance to be effective and move the Browns. So let's go with Cleveland plus 3.5 in Dublin, Ireland.
And that is in the early game tomorrow. And, of course, we'll have more NFL action tomorrow. But we're going to get a couple of quick horse picks for you. Let's go to Keeneland first.
Keeneland, race number 1. It's a maiden special weight. Let's go with the number 6, Mary Madison. Luan Machado riding for Philip Bauer. This horse has been going back and forth, dirt to turf, but the dirt races are really good. This horse closed fast, 2 back. I like the number 6, Mary Madison, in the first.
All right, and that's the first race at Keeneland, 10 a.m. first post time, 10 o'clock first race, number 6, Mary Madison. I guess we'll go to San Anita now.
Yeah, race number 6, another maiden race. I'm going to create a Siraco play. I know Jonathan likes the 6 conducted. I like the 5, Honey's Choice. This horse ran a green debut, slow early, fast late under Umberto Grispoli. If this horse breaks better, I think won't have as much work to do when rallies in the stretch. 5, Honey's Choice, race 6.
All right, in the 6th race, you like the 5 horse, Honey's Choice. Number 5, Honey's Choice. Grispoli aboard. Jonathan likes the 6, Siraco play, exacta box, 5665, but you like the 5. And you've got a full sheet, both for Santa Anita and at Keeneland right now at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. Thanks a lot, Richie. Let's get some winners, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, John. Good luck, everybody.
All right, one last quick break, and then we get to John Lindo and Jerry Jackwitz to wrap up this fast-moving Saturday race day show, so don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Join Jeff Parles and Alex White.
One of my favorite plays here is getting 2 touchdowns with Florida State.
Even though the total's been batted down a little bit, I still think it's okay to go under.
Chris Andrews and Vinny Magliulo.
I don't think this is a great Kansas City team. I think the Chargers win this game.
All right.
If you see a hook here, it's not going to last long.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
Are we sure either of these quarterbacks are good?
Hell no, we're not sure.
Bet your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming live on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
The Race Day Las Vegas show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Now let's go out to Southern California where John Lindo's standing by. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
Today, I think, my man, is a preview of the Future Stars Breeders' Cup Day, the first of the 2 days, of course, on Friday, because there's a lot of Breeders' Cup winning and run races today for 2-year-olds. What are you looking forward to? Which one?
Of all the 2-year-old races, I guess we have to take a look at Ted Nafi to see if he stretches out. You know, we saw that was a problem yesterday for Tommy Joe's, so you always have that question until they do it. And then I'm interested to see, too, It's Our Time in New York. Just wondering, why the one-turn mile? Why doesn't he try 2 turns? And we'll see where he's at. And I want to see if he indicates he'll get the 2 turns in that one-turn mile today back in New York.
All righty, and for sure, Bob Baffert's got the 2-year-old races surrounded in Southern California.
Well, he's got 4 of the 6, but, if you're going to try and beat him, Intrepido might be the one for Jeff Mullins. He's got the best chance, but, Bob Baffert's going to have them all surrounded.
Yeah, no question about that. As far as any of the other Breeders' Cup winning or in races, I know that $1,250,000 mile on the turf at Keeneland is going to be a real competitive race, and I guess it all centers around Dettori's horse, if this horse is going to, have the credentials to get it done.
Yeah, the Euros are good in there. Diego Velasquez, we're talking about the Coolmore Turf Mile, race 10 at Keeneland. And, he is pointing to the Breeders' Cup Mile. He's here for the prep. He was supposed to come earlier in the year. And there was a problem when there was delays in one of the races at Aqueduct or Saratoga got postponed a week, and he didn't come out. So he's getting his taste of American racing. Saw tapes of him galloping at Keeneland. He looks like $1 million.
Well, he'll have to get the trip, but Frankie Dettori managed to get 2 nice trips yesterday at Keeneland Racecourse. Anything that happened yesterday that really stands out to you looking forward to the Breeders' Cup?
As far as the Breeders' Cup, no, I don't think we saw a Breeders' Cup winner in the 3 prep races at Keeneland yesterday. Although the 2-year-old race on the sprint on the turf at Belmont yesterday, the winner was pretty good in there. I've got to watch that tape again. The one that John Hardoon picked on the radio yesterday, because he took all the heat down on the inside, came around the leader and pulled away. So I've got to watch that again, but that horse impressed me a little bit.
You're talking about Intricate Spirit?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice ride by Joel Rosario, because he was down on the inside being pressed, and he kind of sucked back, went to the outside, and then that re-engaged, and I think that was the winning move.
Yeah, that's unusual for a 2-year-old. Pretty professional.
Yeah, no kidding. That was good. Well, okay, John, I want to remind everybody that we have full sheets, the Lindo reports, a full sheet for Keeneland and Santa Anita today. Full Lindo reports for all of Keeneland and all of Santa Anita today, plus suggested late pick 4s, and, of course, all the goodie information. And that's all right now here at the South Point in our racebook, free of charge. It is full Lindo Reports, Keeneland and Santa Anita. You can only get it in one place, and that's here at the South Point Racebook, free of charge, exclusively here because they love horse players. What are we doing today, John?
Let's go to Keeneland first. Keeneland, race number 4 today. I really like the way number 9, Montador, has improved with the switch to grass. The last win at Kentucky Downs last time was really good. Just stocked the pace, was always going well, had a nice turn of foot to win easily. Doesn't need the lead, but this horse will be close to the pace. And I think he comes right back and wins again. He's moving up in a hurry. 9-2 on the morning line. A Godolphin horse, number 9, Montador, race 4 at Keeneland.
All right, the 4th race at Keeneland today, number 9, Montador, the 9 in the 4th race at Keeneland on the grass. John, a note that I know that you had and Jonathan also was looking at is I guess Keeneland is not stopping the CAWs 2 minutes to post time in the win pool.
No, they're not. And there were a couple significant odds changes. There was a horse that got beat a dirty nose yesterday that was 12-1 in the gate and hit the wire at 6-1. And so be careful of that. We've got a lot of pools we can choose from. If you know that the actions in the CAW there is really, if they're really active in the win pools, maybe you look at daily doubles or something else. But it's a problem. You can see it happening right now.
Well, we will keep a good eye on that. That's for sure. And we're you're trying to go for value and fairness. So we got to keep in mind we got a lot of pools, as you say, to get into. What about Santa Anita?
Let's go to Santa Anita, race number 7. Number 6, Saul Elliott, got stuck down on the Del Mar rail last time, took a lot of dirt, got beat less than 2 lengths coming off a layoff. He's going to like the longer 6.5 furlong distance today from the middle of the gate. He ought to find a little better trip. And I think this horse is going to move forward 9-2 in the program. Number 6, Saul Elliott, race number 7 at Santa Anita.
All right, 7th race at Santa Anita, number 6, Saul Elliott, the 6th in the 7th race. And with Jonathan and Richie giving us separate horses in the 6th race, maybe get a little bit of rolling double using Richie's and John's horse both in the 6th race, the 5-6 coupled to the 6th horse in the 7th race for some rolling doubles there. Maybe that'll work too. But in the 7th race, you like the 6th, Saul Elliott. And it's going to be an interesting day of racing, that's for sure, for the Breeders' Cup winning your in races. And we still have 2 more tomorrow as well.
Right. Real quick plug for my radio show, Ralph. With all the 2-year-old races going on today, I've got Dave Grenick from Daily Racing Form, who's covering the 2-year-old dirt races for the juvenile for Daily Racing Form. I'm going to have him go over those 2-year-old prep races in New York, California, and Kentucky today. That's thoroughbredla.com at 9 o'clock.
Fantastic, man. That's the way to do it because we need all the help we can get in the limited amount of information and past performances that we do have on the 2-year-olds. That's a good deal. Make sure you get there. Go to work, John.
Appreciate it. Good luck today.
All right, you got it, my man. Now we'll wrap it up with Jerry Jackowitz. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph.
Jerry, in looking at all of these Breeders' Cup winning your in races for 2-year-olds, I know that you have mentioned so many times that don't be fooled by a horse that wins with a jawbreaker in a maiden race or so, if it's a 2-year-old, because sometimes they do not repeat those performances. That was in full display yesterday in that big favorite at Keeneland that went down and got placed first through a disqualification. But we have a couple of more of those 2-year-olds with outstanding first race, big wins in stakes races today as well in those races. And I would imagine that you believe that we should keep that same caution. But of any of those horses, which ones do you think are legit?
It's really hard to know. First of all, I would say when you see a one-number horse, whether it be a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, whatever, they're always suspect to run a bad race after running a really good race. That's just the nature of horse racing. Big races lead to bad races, recovery, good races then start to occur again.
Okay.
So it's a cycle that repeats itself, and we see it with the 2-year-olds. But it's very hard for me to tell you which one I think is more likely to run well, because I'm really just telling you what everybody else. I'm just giving you the same information that everybody else is already trying to get to.
Duly noted on that. Let's get started with some picks.
Yeah, but I appreciate the idea. I mean, we are getting excited about the Breeders' Cup, and
yeah,
it's all about that.
Okay,
let's go to the 12th. Let's go to the 12th at Aqueduct for the first play today. Although you got 11 races before this that you should be considering. There's a lot of good races.
Right.
Number 1, OBSant from Todd Pletcher. Zayas really appeals to me at 5-1. I think it's a really good play. I'll take the 1 over the 2, 3, 5, 8, and 10. Reverse 2, 3, 5, 8, and 10 over the 1. The 1 at 5-1 is a pop-out key, but I have it listed as a featured play.
Okay, you got a 12th race. The 1 link-ups are 2, 3, 5, and 10. 2, 3, 5, and 10. I want to remind everybody that the 10 was Jonathan Hard.
2, 3, 5, 8, and
the
10.
8 is scratched.
Oh, okay.
The 1 over 2, 3, 5, 10, and reverse. Jonathan is the 10 horse, so I got a Siraco play of the exacta box of 1, 10, 10, 1. But Jerry's horse is the 1 over 2, 3, 5, and 10. The 8 is scratched in that race. We'll wrap it up for 20 seconds at Santa Anita.
We'll go to the 4th. Number 2, Cuban Connection. Looks terrific for D'Amato, 3-1. I'll go down to 2-1 here. Take the 2 over the 1, 3, 5, and 9 small reverses. It's all about the 2. Cuban Confusion in the 4th.
All right, 4th race at Santa Anita. Number 2, Cuban Confusion. The link-ups are 1, 3, 5, and 9 and reverse. Don't forget, that's the 4th at Santa Anita. Jerry J's full power pages for all the races at Santa Anita and Belmont at Aqueduct are available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. We have wrapped up a fast-moving Saturday race day. Enjoy the races out there. Say it, Jerry.
Have a great race day, everybody.